Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Lost Eidolons. My microphone is recording again. I'll just check quickly. Yes, it's definitely recording again. And it's all good. Unfortunately, as I mentioned in the last couple of episodes, Windows Update messed up my recording software to not be recording my microphone. And it didn't tell me. And normally, once I've finished recording an episode, I check that there's a video file there to make sure it recorded. I don't necessarily play any of it, and then I save the game. And it wasn't until I'd saved over at the end of the second episode that I discovered that my microphone hadn't recorded for either of them. So that's very unfortunate, especially as there's rather a lot of things I wanted to talk about. So let's do that. In the optional battle with the Hellhounds, I was talking about how I wanted to lower up skills on certain lower level characters. I wanted to change what people were training, and when changing classes for characters for optional missions, I probably don't want to mess about with the equipment on more than one character in order to make it easier to remember what they had on them and change it back afterwards. Then we got into the second episode with Prime Minister Morin. So I feel that the episode in which the cutscene rather, in which Morin and Gustav executed the emissary should have probably been a cutscene. Now, it didn't need visuals to make it obvious what was going on. And it was obvious from the very first growl that Gustav was no longer human. And I went through the entire episode without mentioning Sir Gregor Clegane, the mountain from Game of Thrones, once, and I'm very proud of that. I hired Stella just to get one more body on the ground, but I probably should stop recruiting people soon. I'm getting near to the limit, and I am not going to go grabbing everyone else. There'll probably be some story ones I can get for free as well, and also I do have a limit on how many people I can gain rapport with. Now, I was unhappy with the conflict with Morin on the battlefield. First off, at the start of the battle, I commented that there were lots of dark magicians on the field, and I went and looked at all their spells, and I was interested to note that they had lots of debilitating spells that would reduce my ability to do things, so reduce my defense, reduce my ability to inflict damage, and so on, but no actual disabling spells that would paralyze me, put me to sleep. They had combinations with water and ice and electricity, but they didn't have any of the hard lockdown spells that Gilbert is frequently known to use, or at least used to be, before we messed with his spell selection more recently. So, Gustav's bodyguard ability caught me by surprise the first time. I honestly wasn't expecting it, and that's why I undid an action to do things differently, then eventually decided to try and target Gustav and take him down in one turn anyway. It was evident that Gustav and Morin had a distinct synergy and were not going to separate from each other. My initial feeling was if I could put Morin to sleep and bait Gustav out, I could separate them. And of course what happened is Gustav replaced Morin and went to sleep. And then eventually I put Gustav to sleep anyway and tried it that way. I defeated Gustav and I got his item. I defeated Morin, and I did not get his item, which was displayed there for me to claim when he was defeated. Instead, he was preserved at 1 life, uttered a short dialogue, became invisible, and fled the scene. And I thought, okay, maybe there's a follow-up battle in which we will get his item. Nope, just a cutscene, so we never got the item that he had to drop for us. I don't know if we had to try and defeat him first, then defeat Gustav, which was practically impossible. I also commented that he had named companions who literally had not done anything of the story yet, and apart from being a nice little personalization for his group, they probably had something to do, and they have indeed appeared in our camp. Now, when we confronted Prime Minister Morin in his chamber, Marshall came forth and began to pass judgment on him, and he appeared... I predicted that he had forgotten all about her brother, didn't know that they were related or something, he just didn't care anymore after all this time. He appeared to act innocent, as if he didn't know anything, but obviously he was guilty as hell. Also, he looked so necromantic with deep sunken eyes and so on. And Marshall was doing the thing of, you know, if someone had done this to you, what would you do to them? Getting him to essentially pass judgment on himself. Now, when Eden stepped him away and said to Marshall, you don't need to do this on your own, I vocally said, no, she genuinely does. She deserves to do this, and you shouldn't rob her of this. And when Prime Minister Morin backed towards the table and said, wait, no! Ah! and reached for a sword, that did not sound like his voice. It sounded like one of the soldiers was saying, wait, he's going for a weapon, you know. But it wasn't. It was actually him. I don't know what's going on with the Emperor, if the Emperor has just been completely disabled. If so, this is pretty much the end of the Empire. If we do get to go on and chase down the Emperor, that's more things to deal with. We do have some codex entries, so let's look at those. An old blood family closely tied to her House Zerpiel, famed for producing countless skilled warriors, House Cerasus makes frequent appearances throughout the military history of Artemesia. House Patriarch Gustav Cerasus joined Ludivictus's cause during the unification, and Cerasus bannermen comprised the bulk of infantry forces. Following the unification, Gustav was named High Commander, charged with leading the Imperial Army as a whole and stamping out dissent wherever it rose. Recently, the house was rocked by scandal when Gustav was tried and executed for unnamed treason and Caspar the Viper appointed in his place, with the Viper literally being the royal insignia of Caspar's house. Probably Imperial infighting, no doubt. Among mages and healers, there is no known magic that can halt the effects of aging nor restore life to the dead. Nonetheless, myths and folklore persist across Artemesia. In Corsorinda, sailors tell of a witch who sought to achieve eternal youth by luring brave captains into her bed, then devouring their hearts. Oh, there's an Eastern European, I think it's a Russian story of iron teeth. The woman takes the teeth from the dead man and puts them on her chest, and they eat through into her heart and gobble up her heart so she can be dead with him. Right. Yeah, while she's lying on the bed, then devouring her heart. For her crimes, the gods granted her wish, but cursed her to live forever as a shriveled crone. Today she is known as the Howling Hag. Probably not going to feature in this game, but hey, if sequels occur, maybe, and is said to be the source of all hurricanes. In the oral traditions of Yarovia, tribal ancestors are often described with ages in the hundreds. Most scholars believe this to be a discrepancy in dating systems, but the lake tribes insist that the waters of Lake Ikikuni once had healing effects which have faded over time, probably because so many people drank them. In recent years, as the Emperor's advancing age has become a matter of genuine concern, rumours have begun to emerge that his inner circle has been searching for a means to extend his life. The specifics of their research, however, remain clouded by conspiracy and the chaos of war. Now, during that battle, when Morin released the cavalry, about one turn after the cavalry had been released, I looked at the total amount of rounds allowed for the battle, and commented that he couldn't have more than one special trick up his sleeve based on the fact that I reckoned it would take me 5 turns to deal with him and his group after dealing with the cavalry. And that would give me 2 or 3 more turns wiggle room in case I had a very hard time, so I didn't think there was time for the game to introduce much more. By which I meant I didn't think they could add many more characters to the battlefield. What they did do was activate his group and surge them forwards, which is great. Now, we have the Inquisitor speak to Gilbert, and we have a number of extra things as usual. what have we here? We have the tempered cloth armor. We do not have what either Prime Minister Morin had for us. So, 3 new prestige quests available. I have prestige rewards to collect from the last camp, which will be a top priority. New visitors arrived in camp: Giuseppe, the former Imperial Mage, and Lita, the former Imperial Huntress. Leon is puzzling over something. Andrea seems to have something on her mind, and a pair of Imperial defectors, named up here, are visiting our camp. Looking at the map, someone's down here. Mostly up here. Let's focus on this. I mean, I should probably go for Leon first, and he's all the way down there by the training ground. But I want to get to those prestige rewards first. So what I will do is... Marcel's right here, as is Leonard. I should definitely speak with them. But that means no camp activities for them, only gifts. Sadly, the same goes for Robert. Speaking of gifts, I appear to only have 2 gifts. I think I'm not... Should I not have had maybe a few more at the end of the last chapter, or did I bundle a load on the priestess to... Oh, I can't remember who I gave them all to, but 2 may be about right. Am I losing items? Have I lost a few items? Because I didn't get that item from Prime Minister Morin. Well then. Robert, how's our search of the castle grounds going? We just finished scouting the place out. Any sign of the Emperor? Not exactly, though we did find the Crown Prince. Oh, so there is an heir to the throne. The what? I know. I wasn't even aware the Emperor had a son. Guy named Trukal. We found him holed up in a pantry with a couple of old knights. Did they put up much of a fight? No. He seemed almost grateful we were here. Cried all through my questioning. Wow, sounds like a guy with a hard life. Did he have anything useful to say?
Let me think
Just
about
one.
it.
He dropped a real big surprise on us. The Emperor. He's dead.
Whoa.
No way! Apparently no one in the palace has seen him in months. Seems like Morin was hiding his death. I guess no matter how powerful you are, there's no beating time. We should make sure people know.
Can do.
I'll assign some soldiers and start spreading word throughout the city.
Yeah.
Well, good riddance to him then. Just one less monster for us to worry about. Now we just worry about the monsters we have created. My feelings exactly. Okay. I thought they could play out the Emperor a little bit more. Like going to the lab where they were trying to animate him and he'd be just shut down completely. So then we're either nearing the end of the story, or there is more story and it's all related to probably Ballastar, to be honest. Speaking of which, let's go check these tents for any shinies and sparklies we can pick up. Come on, game. Give me something. Anything at all. Okay, these 2 soldiers. Everyone's just speaking about Karin. Oh, so would she be around in this chapter if we hadn't recruited her yet? If so, interesting. And there she is. Bet there's no extra conversation.
Hiya.
The usual
Thank you.
just
thank
gift, no
you.
camp activity. So a lot of characters. This camp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters this camp cannot take part in camp activities. That's a lot of characters. That means I immediately want to know if I have any objectives on the task board. Oh, there they are. That relate to leadership points. So let's see. Urgent, urgent, urgent. So these all need to be done this camp. Remnants of the Imperial Army ransacked the vaults of L'Oreilleur and absconded with their contents. Many of those treasures hold great cultural value to the city, so we should endeavour to return them. Obtain the stolen treasure from a chest in an optional battle. Got it. Urgent, create a training plan. So take everyone off the training plan and make a new one. Mandatory. All troops must read the public announcement posted in the plaza, Marshall. So I must go and read that. Now, I have some rewards to claim from last time, which would have cost me 5 leadership points, or 1 gift worth. Let's do it. So, give us our rewards. And it occurs to me that the reason why we are teleported back to the place to here, where the old job board is because this is where we dispatch the soldiers from. You know, this is where we meet them, give them their orders and tell them where to go. Undo turn count increased, so we can now undo 12 times instead of 11. And we got 10 leadership points, so well worth doing. I should have absolutely done that last camp. Let's go back over here. And Gilbert and Albrecht are here. I will speak to them before I speak to those two over there. When I do, I should let them know I bear them no ill will. Their allegiance was unfortunate, but hey.
Welcome.
So, we took down an empire. What's next for you?
Intriguing.
In the long term, helping you rebuild the world, I suppose. And the short term? I would like to investigate the vaults of L'Oreilleur for more information about the Eidolons, specifically the one called Venesius. What's an Eidolon? I take it he's one of those lost ancient gods you were talking about.
Yes.
Yes, Venesius the Azure, dragon god of storms. I believe the vast power that drew me to your camp may hold some relation to him. If I can find more details in L'Oreilleur, I'm certain we can find a means to call upon his power. I still don't know about all this. Well, alright then. I hope you find whatever it is you're looking for. Eden, clueless as ever.
Indeed.
I shall. I will is like I want to do it. I shall is like more distinct, definite. Anyway, right.
Need something?
Hey, old timer. Looks like we won.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
Then, I guess this is really the end.
Seems rather abrupt, doesn't it?
I say every ending is just another beginning. Dawn's here. Now we gotta live in it.
I know. It still hasn't hit me.
You better get used to it quick then, because the real work's just getting started.
Yep.
Artemesia's had too much carnage and death. Putting the whole world right again, it won't be easy.
A moment ago, I felt light as a feather. Now I feel like there's a chain around my
With a
neck.
great millstone on it.
Congratulations. That's how victory should feel. By the way, Marshall was looking for you.
I bet she
No
was.
surprise there.
I take it you know what's on her mind.
Yeah. I just wish I knew what she plans to do now.
I think that depends on you.
Better go give her a gift then. Right,
Need something?
Hey, there he is, the man of the hour. Oh, Gilbert, you drunk already? Oh, you bet. I'm riding high on the finest wine any man can ever taste. Pure, undiluted, straight from the vine victory.
Alright.
Careful not to overindulge. I hear that stuff can give you a nasty hangover. There's always bad news around the corner. All the more reason to enjoy these moments while you can. Indeed, and I believe these two are
Need
both
something?
available for
Thank you
chat over
kindly.
war plans.
Welcome.
Not Albrecht.
I thank you.
Okay. 75 would be 5 yeah. 5 camp activities or some gift giving. I'm not going to have many gifts to give this camp, so it's mostly going to be camp activities. Training maybe. Let's speak to these two.
Hello there.
Wow.
That means a lot.
You really wanted to talk.
Good to see you.
Hi there. You two are the ones from Morin's battalion, right?
We are. I take it you're the man in charge?
So people keep telling me.
My name is Lita. This is my brother, Gisep.
Eden.
A pleasure, sir.
So what brings you two to our camp?
I surrendered myself to your men and asked them to take us to you. Please, sir, I'd like to petition you to spare my brother's life. He didn't know what he was doing.
What was he doing?
Oh, for heaven's sake, Lita. I thought we agreed.
Gisep, shut up! Please, sir, we were kidnapped and conscripted. I know that's no excuse, but whatever punishments are coming to the Imperial Army, spare him and punish me double.
Lita, was it? You can relax. Our side doesn't execute prisoners.
There, see? I told you that was all nonsense and propaganda.
Once the city's secure, you'll all be free to go. Or, you can join us.
Hang on, is this a joke? First you tell us we're free, now you're trying to recruit us?
You're welcome to return home if you
You
like.
don't have to work with us.
Our home's gone, I'm afraid. Family too.
Gisep, don't tell him that!
Why not? He seems a nice enough sort.
After everything we've been through, how can you still be this gullible?
She seems a bit too controlling.
Tell you what, stay for a while. Recuperate. Think it over.
We will, sir. Thank you.
So we could try and recruit these two. That would be swelling our ranks significantly, though I'm not sure we really want to. Well, let's...
Good to see you.
Have you given any thought to my offer?
Not so fast. I have some questions.
Ask away.
Here we go.
What makes the Benarian army any different than the Empire?
Well, it's spelt differently. Do we get options? We do get options. Stronger character. I don't know, the Empire seems to think... Well, no. So the Empire's all corrupt, but they like to pretend they have a stronger character, so we're not stronger. Let's go with this.
Everyone here has suffered under the Empire. That pain is what brought us all together, and it's why we won't repeat their mistakes.
Big talk from the butchers of Hullisburg.
Right,
I won't
about
defend
that.
what happened there.
Good for you. Very noble. That doesn't make me interested in joining you. We heard what you had to say. Now get lost.
Sorry, sir. Better luck next time.
Oh god, do we have to keep trying? Right, I'll come back to these two. And I see our priestess over there, so she may be available to speak over war plans. Who is that? That is the Taskmaster. Right. Edie, how do you feel about the battle that went? So yeah, I was talking about using Edie's Bless and keeping the Bless and Purification on Marshall for all of the debuffs the various Dark Mages could have used on us in the last battle. And
Greetings.
about the possibility of wanting to swap things over a bit. So no talk about tactics. Interesting. Because they don't have to be standing in tents to do it, because we had Leon standing over there available previously. Hey, look at you at that. We won. How do you feel about joining us now, Edie? Oh, ecstatic. Ecstatic. My heart's full of joy. It feels like I'm totally taking the piss. My whole life I had to practice my faith in hiding, or bow and scrape to oaths like Abelard. Oh, you don't have to do that either anymore.
Many thanks.
Words can't express my gratitude to you, Eden. Oh, she might be genuine.
Alright.
You should be thanking yourself. You helped make that happen. Oh, heavenly creator, I suppose I did, didn't I? Goodness, my heart can't take this. She truly is overwhelmed with joy. And we absolutely shall be. So there's like no one over here at all. Let's go back through the kitchen area on our way to Marshall. Some people have unlocked new classes. I think that's Marshall. Leon is puzzling over something. We should definitely look into that. Right, horses. Who's in the paddock? I suppose we could call it the horse enclosure if we wanted to be a little more fancy. Come on, who's here? I see Dahlia. Who else? So...
Well, look who it is.
Could chat over horse training.
Much
That might
obliged.
actually appeal to her. The horse, simple, natural, without guile.
I've been expecting you. My
Horse
humblest
training
gratitude.
again. And Robin, of course. So it seems I should be trying to bump Robin and Leon's... Hello, what's this? Pavlo, we did it! We won! Just yesterday we were just a bunch of bumbling mercenaries, and now we're going down in history as the kind of heroes your mother used to read to us about. It's a lot to take in, but honestly I don't care about the glory, the riches, or the fame. To hell with it all. I've seen too much, heard too much. I don't think I've had a decent night of sleep in a long, long time. Don't get me wrong, I feel proud, but at the same time I feel dirty somehow. Like I got something under my fingernails that'll never wash out. The only thing I want is to go back to Luneta. Things are still busy here, but hopefully we'll be on our own way home soon. I think that hope is the only reason I'm still alive. All those small everyday memories of a wind that carried me through. See you soon, old friend. Robin. And all his mistresses he's got back in Luneta. Right.
Hi there.
Care to tell me something about this where this new fella came from? I found him in an Imperial Army stables outside Lorilleux. Seems like he lost his owner in the fighting. I figured if we took him in and trained him, he could be useful. Smart. Now you're thinking like a real stable master. I'm glad you found him. Nobody deserves to get left behind. An Imperial warhorse. Accuracy 2. Accuracy 2. I think Leonard on a horse would be very interesting. Robert on a horse with the diagonal attack from the spear could be quite powerful, but for now let's give the steed to Leonard. There we go. What do we got? Oh yes, rewards. 1200 gold plus the extra undo. And that letter. Right, let's move out of here, get back to the kitchen area, where we can hopefully have a meal with Sarah and boost our rapport with her. It's been long overdue. So this... Hello. What's going on here, game? Why is this blocked now? Right, so this feels like a recovery camp where we get to, boost rapport with lots of people, and we don't have too many responsibilities yet. Okay, so that's training. No, it literally has been blocked off. How bizarre. So we have Vichurin, who...
You have my attention. I give you my thanks.
We might want to boost him, I'm not so sure. I mean, for Master at Arms, we need to change people's training soon anyway, so... we take everyone off. There we go. And then we'll put people on. So, with children, sword and shield and plate for the Vanguard class. Marshall, we can keep working on that a little bit. Leonard needs sword and shield and axe. Go sword and shield a bit again, and some plate. I will probably change this at some point as well. Oh wow, okay. Light magic? Sure. Give her a bit of leather armor. And who else? Stella wants to do sword and shield training, right? And we can give her a bit of leather, and we can look at training Gabriel. So that is a training shed. To think I'd still be doing basic drills at my age. It's almost funny. Let's head back over here and see if that's now counted as complete. It is. Okay, 98. Wasn't it 105 for the next one? So I should... Yeah, I should be able to definitely get these. So, optional battle... Read public document in the central square. Right, well, first off, someone over here. Oh, it's her. Well, hello there, angry lady.
Yeah?
Looks like we won the war.
Against all odds.
With you on our side, they never stood a chance.
Yeah, right.
So what are you and Sarah's plans now? I mean, you joined to protect her, right? Now the people you'd have to protect her from are all dead.
It's not my call.
Then whose is it?
Hers.
Hers,
Other
obviously.
people have been dictating Sarah's future long enough. It's time she gets to decide.
What about what you want?
We should definitely talk to her about that.
What about it?
Well, lady, you get...
Yeah?
Talk over a
thanks.
workout. So, they're giving me more chances to boost Andrea's rapport than Sarah's. Which is probably intentional. Talk to Sarah about Andrea's wishes, like, hey, what do you think she wants? So get them both to take an interest in each other. Whoa, Francisco's here with Leon. What's going on? This could be rather serious.
Hey. Oh. Hey.
What's bothering you?
He's disinterested again.
Huh? I don't know if I'd say bothered. More like confused. While we were marching into the city, some kid came up and handed me this.
Was it
What
flower
is it?
seeds?
Some kind of necklace?
I guess so. I'm trying to figure out why they gave it to me.
Did he say anything?
She was this little tomboy, and she had tears in her eyes. She said he forgot this.
That doesn't sound good.
Right?
Someone rode off to war.
Now I'm stuck with this thing, and I don't even know who it's for. And there's some kind of number on it.
Oh.
221. I wonder what that's about.
We'll ask Gilbert and
If it's
Ventura.
not too much trouble, do you think you could give me a hand with this?
If we can figure out who the kid is, maybe we can figure out who this belongs to. I'll see what I can do.
Just for number.
How's it going?
Francisco can chat over a workout all the way out here. Isn't he outside the area?
Thanks.
He is outside the area. That's really bizarre.
How's it going?
Hi there.
How you feeling, big guy? Honestly, I'm exhausted. I won't blame you. That fight was intense. No kidding. I like a good battle, but damn. And what the hell was that weird with that weird knight? I got no idea, man. If it's okay, can we stick to fighting regular monsters, or at least regular people?
Alright.
I don't want to fight anything for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, for once, I think I agree.
Hey.
So now that you've seen the capital, what do you think?
Yeah.
It's different from what I pictured. How do you mean? I was expecting something a little more, I don't know, sinister. Like
right.
what? Skulls on spikes? Kind of. The Empire had made our lives hell for so long, I guess I'd built it up in my head. But it's just a place where people live. They were here before the Empire, and now they'll be here after it. You helped do that, you know. Gods, it still makes my head spin. Plus one more active quest. So yeah, I mentioned that from the update. We now get a active quest notification if there's more than 3. I think I mentioned that in the last episode where my microphone was being recorded. Now I'm gonna go find this notice that we all have to read. And it looks like it's here on the notice board. Wow, there's virtually nobody here. So Gabriel's available for a meal. Wait. Why is the blacksmith's assistant in yellow and the blacksmith in... Oh no, they're both yellow. Okay. So we've seen you. This, on the other hand. Yourself, right. Citizens of Lorilleur, I come to you with a message of hope. As of today, you are no longer prisoners to the will of petty tyrants. As of today, the boot is gone from your neck. Lift your heads and see for yourself. The Empire is dead. Henceforth, Vice Commander Eden of the Benarian Army will serve as acting steward of the city. I know this decree may ring falsely in your ears, another promise of liberation from a smiling conqueror, but I beg your indulgence as one of your own. Though fate has returned me beneath a Benarian banner, I am a daughter of this city and a servant of justice. From this day forward, the corruption the Empire fostered will no longer be tolerated, nor will any wartime excesses. All abuses by Benarian soldiers will be dealt with swiftly and mercilessly. In time, power will be returned to our people, and when it is, I, for one, intend to scour these streets of the various syndicates and other parasitic factions that have sullied them for my entire life. These are the intentions of Vice Commander Eden. I do not expect you to fall to your knees before him, only give him the opportunity to earn your trust, as he has mine. Nice of her to know what his... I presume she's asked him what his intentions are. And there is Sarah, waiting to be spoken to. And there's an exclamation... Oh yeah, that's talking to her about that. Nobody over here. And over there's Porter, the other one. And why is this blocked off? That's new. That's very new. I suppose it's like... Oh, actual watchtower and fortifications. Does make it a bit harder to navigate the place. Let's speak to her while we're here. And hopefully raise her mood a bit.
Hello.
Hey, Sarah. Do you have a moment?
Huh, I wish.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's just, there were so many amazing shops in the city. Jewelry from Nibosa, fresh fish from Corsorinda. Oh, and the restaurants.
Ah, so it is Nibosa.
I'd cut my arm off for a chance to do some shopping.
What's stopping you?
Well, hey.
Oh, you know how it is. Always a million things to do around camp. But listen
Hey,
to
come
me,
on, you're making
rambling on.
excuses, lady.
You said you wanted to talk?
Actually, hold that thought.
Oh, all right. Consider it held, I suppose.
Is he going to take her shopping? Ha 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 ha! Not exactly, but pretty much. A meal? Yeah.
I can't thank
Right.
you enough.
Let's start looking at rapport values. So all we can do with Robert is give him a gift, and we don't really have anything he's going to like very much. So that is frustrating. We got gifts for warrior types. Let's go back to the notice board. Does this count? It does. 100. And we have an optional battle, which should get us another reward. So I should save points for that. Alright, you two, I'm going to regret this, but here we go again. I don't particularly want to recruit them at this point, but we'll get a bonus if we do, like some gold or something that will come in helpful for buying gifts in the next chapter.
Good to see you.
Go on, hit me with
Still
another
at
one.
it, huh? Alright, I'll ask again. What makes the Benarian army any different than the Empire?
That's literally the same question. I suppose she wants this third one.
I won't debate the moral superiority of one army over another.
So you refuse to answer the question?
Let him finish.
As much as we might believe ourselves the heroes, evil always starts with good intentions. The question isn't how are we better, it's are we better? And the answer is, time will tell.
Nice speech.
Thanks. I give a lot of them.
If you don't mind, I've got a question.
Oh, please do.
Suppose we grant you the benefit of the doubt. Why should we risk our newly gained freedom?
Second question. We could have put you in prison. I'm gonna go this one. Because we can protect you. They'll be like, yeah, we can go and do our own thing. Your freedom is thanks to us. We've rescued you. You said you were prisoners, but no, I'm gonna go for this.
Starving isn't freedom.
What makes you so certain we'll starve?
Half the continent's starving right now. If you want to scurry from town to town, waiting for a better life to fall into your lap, be my guest. Or you could roll up your sleeves, help fix this mess, and build the future yourself.
Sounds like a great deal of work.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It does.
Suppose we join you. How would you use us?
That depends on what you want to do. Yeah, you tell me.
The Empire might have treated people like pawns, but that's not how we do things here.
And how do you do things?
We ask people what they're good at, then put them where they're useful.
The hell with that. You'll put us together and worry about what we're good at later.
Sure, I get that. My crew and I are like brothers. I'd feel the same way. Whatever your talents, we can use them. And I have no interest in splitting you up.
Lita, this sounds like the right move to me.
We need some time to think it over.
Do you
Take
want
all the time
gifts?
you need.
I suspect you want gifts. So, rapport increased with Giuseppe, and probably with Lita as well. Probably the same amount. Right. Now, I was going to say, they have more Italian names, less French sounding, which again is continental. It gives the feeling of a world where cultures are slightly different between different regions. Where are they? They are up here. Now, I seem to recall reading on the forums, there's two characters who come together, and if you successfully recruit one, you get to the other one automatically as well. He's got two doubles, so the first one's going to be an extra conversation. He's got an extra bonus at the top. I will consider it. I'd better go see Marshall. It's important. Been saving this in case there was, like, you know, reading the notice board first, so that was good. It may factor in. Come on, Eden. You owe her at least a conversation. You bloody killed the man she was supposed to kill. Did you rob her of her victory? Did she feel honor bound to stand down and let you do it? Let's find out. But first we'll talk to Stella,
Hey,
the annoying,
need something?
itchy, scratchy voice person.
Hi there.
How are you liking Le Royeur? Loving it. But speaking of which, think you could spare me some men to help me scavenge inventory? Scavenge? That royal palace is a gold mine. I saw a chandelier in there with diamond fittings. Hey, we're not plundering. We're gonna make a fortune.
I don't think so.
That stuff's not ours to take. We came here to stop a war, not sack the place. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, everything the Empire own now belongs to the people. And that includes me. Greedy bitch. Yeah, I don't think so. Besides, I thought you'd given up being a merchant. What can I say? I never pass up a good opportunity. Yeah, well, pass up this one or you'll be getting arrested. Or worse.
Hey, need something?
Hi there.
You look like something's bothering you. Yeesh, I guess. I'm easy to read, huh? You're always so chipper. When you're not, it stands out like a sore thumb. Oof, guess I should be a little less chipper. Yes. If something's bothering you, you can tell me. Maybe I can help. It's nothing serious. Nope. I was just feeling a little wistful, you know? Thinking about the old days. Yeah, that's right. You said you closed your shop before you came here, right? Yeah, but I still have connections if you need me to get hold of anything. Yeah, I'm a rare goods merchant.
Alright.
No, nothing like that. I was just wondering if you ever regretted it. Not even a little. I made decent money, but it was not my favourite place, not even remotely. I only started this stupid thing to keep from going hungry, but it brought me plenty of headaches. There's a lot of competition between city merchants. Makes this war look like a tea party. Sounds ugly, so why are you reminiscing about it? Because brains are stupid. I swear, even the bad times get this hazy sort of, ooh, I miss it, yeah, but, don't worry. I don't regret coming here or joining you. After all, I've followed my instincts, and they've never steered me wrong before. Hey, look, you're back to your usual chipper self already. Guess your memories can't be all that bad. Oh, believe me, they're a nightmare. But a smile like mine can outshine any memory, no matter how horribly rapidly disappearing off the screen before it can be fully read. Please, developers, do something about this. If I had one complaint about the game, it would be how quickly the dialogue lines disappear. Yeah, Leonard, I'm going to talk to you about that strange night. Hello. Lodoya captured, Adrian avenged. I still can't believe it. I underestimated the mercenaries, Eden especially. It's clear to me now that their unique background grants them a measure of cunning that these sheltered nobles cannot hope to match. But other matters trouble me, like that shambling creature Morin summoned into battle. Gustav, he called it. An unusual name. In fact, I've only heard it once before. Casper's predecessor, Gustav of House Cerasus. That man was executed for treason, as I recall. A curious coincidence, probably so they could experiment on his body. In any case, the who is less important than the why. I wonder if he was executed publicly or in private and they just said he was executed. I'm told Morin spoke of immortality before the end, the search for everlasting life, the same conspiracy Adrian was killed for. Was that creature some lone deviation in their efforts to extend the Emperor's life, or are there more of them out there? And what if this business is lost ancient gods I heard hear Albrecht and Eden whispering of? Loose threads abound. I wonder if this war is truly over. Indeed. We will probably be speaking of this in due time. But first, her ladyship. And I've still got all 75 leadership points. So many people unavailable for camp activities.
Yes.
Hey, have you ever seen anything like this before?
A pendant.
Should have probably done this second.
Think of it, I believe I have. I've seen Imperial foot soldiers wearing necklaces like that before. I never knew why.
Guess you don't know what this number means either?
No, sorry. Perhaps Leonard? He's more versed in Imperial military culture.
This is true. But of course there's a much more appropriate subject I should have discussed with you first.
So, you finally got your revenge.
Now I just have to figure out what comes next.
That's the hard part, thinking of that in advance. You know what? Damn. Right, this is supportive, This is encouraging her to stay. This is difficult. This is really difficult. This is almost saying I don't respect you. Or I respect you less. So I will go with this, and I hope she doesn't decide to leave.
I'd love for you to stay, of course. But if you want to leave, I won't stop you. I'll respect whatever choice you make.
Once I might have said when all this was over, I intended for my life to return to normal. Now I can scarcely remember what normal was.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen
And when
now.
I think about my future, for some reason, your face always springs to mind. I keep thinking, if I were lost in the wilderness, who would I trust to guide me? And the answer is you.
Marshall.
If it's all right, if I can be of use, I would journey with you a while longer.
I like that too. Thank you.
Then let's get to work, shall we?
And then maybe in the next camp we'll get some nice gifts we can give her. Oh, now we get to go run to Francisco, but first, this is probably important. Yeah, I bet some soldier lost his necklace, left it at home, forgot to take it with him, went out to battle, and the daughter just sees us as soldiers and is like, you're soldiers, you know my daddy, he's a soldier too, you forgot this, give it to him, and he's dead already. Probably.
What is it?
What do you know about jewelry? Specifically the kind worn by Imperial soldiers.
Do you mean oath necklaces?
I don't know. Do I?
Among the lowborn in Florient, there's an old tradition. Soldiers going off to war are given a necklace by those close to them.
Like, say, a daughter.
Sometimes.
What's it for?
It serves as a reminder to the soldier to make it home alive.
Yeah.
And if they don't?
The necklace usually includes some form of identifying information, so any who find it can locate the soldier's family.
Like a 3-digit number?
Possibly. Why do you ask?
I came across one.
I see.
Yeah, you better have a look at
In that
this.
case, I guess it's an Imperial Battalion enlistment number.
So how do I find the soldier it belongs to?
If you were an
You find their
Imperial soldier
records.
yourself, I'd tell you to check your troops roster. But given that you're not, and that we've just decapitated the Imperial military...
Damn it. Okay, I'll try Robert.
Robert?
Yeah, he's good at these kind
I
of
think
details.
I have a hunch why this thing came to us, and he can help me confirm it.
Yeah, now, let's hope it's not... Oh, yeah, I was going to say, let's hope it's not that, you know, someone was off shagging someone else's wife and left it behind when he left them, and the little girl went after him to give it back. Yeah, it could be those two.
Yeah?
And the brother has left it behind. Right.
Hey, Robert. Have we had any Imperial troops come over to our side recently?
You mean among the foot soldiers? A few. Why?
I think I'm trying to find one, but all I have is his Imperial enlistment number.
Oh, let's check the records.
For just a 3-digit number, their army is
Okay.
quite small.
It looks like 221's name is Rufus. He joined us in Castilian as a pikeman, and it looks like...
Yeah.
Oh, don't say it.
I'm sorry, Cap, he's gone.
Damn it. I knew it.
Now we got to tell Leon.
When did it happen?
Near the Broom Vows. The same battle as Isoro.
Oh.
Great.
Tell his daughter he died defending a hero. Wow, is that just completely gone? No. Yeah, I thought so. Well then, let's go see At least we got plenty to do this camp after all, but no leadership points required to spend just yet.
How's it going? Who would have thought we'd ever set foot in a place like this?
And I thought Castilian was impressive. You really think anyone would trust us to run a place like this?
I assume a king would keep his word. For now, we should report back and see what happens next.
So is this really it? No more fighting?
Nah. The Empire will have holdouts for years. There's always gonna be bandits to deal with.
Right. They may be small compared to today, but we've definitely got a few more battles in our future.
Hey, if we could pull off something like this, anything else ought to be easy. Anytime you need me to bust some heads, just say the word.
Is it optional battle time? I think it's optional battle time.
That's the spirit. But before we rush into another fight, let's take a look around the city. Who knows? Maybe we'll build our next hideout here.
Man, when we first left Lanetta, I was terrified. Now we're talking about retiring in Lyriar. I still can't believe it.
That makes two of us.
Or all of us.
Yeah.
So
I think the whole camp's feeling a little bewildered right now. And just as curious as us about what happens now. You should say a word or two. Put everyone's mind at ease.
Sure. That's a good idea.
Uh-uh.
And then we celebrate.
Now that's a great idea. Come on, let's get everyone together.
Now, is Leon also there? So I'm thinking this is the camp where basically I have the opportunity to boost rapport with lots of people who it's very low with. So yeah, okay.
I found out who the pendant belongs to.
Yeah? Is it someone in our camp?
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Oh no.
He was an Imperial who changed sides. His name was Rufus.
You're kidding.
Did you know him?
No, I didn't. Not really. But we talked a few times. On the way back from Hullisburg, I was on watch one night and it was cold. I was whining my ass off. He lent me a blanket, even after I snapped at him.
His family must have heard he joined our side somehow.
His kid was waiting for him to come home. That's why she was watching us enter the city. And then we walked in, and then he didn't.
I'm sorry, Leon. Are you alright?
Yeah. I'm good.
Someone's got to go tell
In
her.
fact, I'm better than good. I think I just realized something.
What's that?
All this time I've been thinking about myself, surviving long enough to make it home. But if I die tomorrow, how would people remember me?
As a good friend.
To you, maybe. To everyone else, I'd just be that grumpy guy from Lanetta. I
Hmm.
don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy who gave someone a blanket.
So start today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I will. By the way, that pendant. What's it for?
It's called an oath necklace. It represents a promise.
A promise, huh? Alright then. Guess I better hold on to it.
Hey, and there's a rapport gift. Ah, hunting tools. More tools, right. If I'm going to send off the two sisters, I think I'd like to do some rapport games first. So let's see, just a moment. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not a lot. Right, so. You know what, let's boost Robin. He's right there. This should push him over the line.
Hi there.
I love the smell in the stables. What do you reckon? Blacksmith work. He's part of a mercenary company. Let's try this because it's different and interesting. Did you enjoy working as a carpenter?
Hey, yeah.
Oh, definitely. I love building things. Nothing more satisfying than turning an idea into reality. And of course the blacksmith is the horse healer. What kinds of stuff did you make? Chairs, tables, whatever orders come in, but my favourite was always the personal projects I got to make with the scrap wood. Like one time, I felt bad for all the villagers having to haul well water in the hot sun, so I built something. They were so thankful they bought me a whole new set of tools for the shop. Even brought in some new business for the shop owner. Win-win all round.
Ah.
Yeah, that sounds like something you'd do. Do you ever miss the people you knew in Elysee? Sometimes, but it's not like I can ever go back. Once the war's over, maybe I'll go pay him a visit, see if that old well needs any repairs yet. Well, I hope you get to go there. I'm going to stay a little longer and tend to the horses. You know what? You do that, and I'll give you a gift as well.
Hi there.
Here we go. That's gotta be enough. He likes him anyway, so I didn't need to give the bigger one. And that's pushed him up. New conversation, related quest. You haven't met the conditions to start this quest yet. Chapter requirements not yet met. Hidden conditions. Okay.
Hi there.
I hope it wasn't a previous chapter that I've missed. Hey, Cap. I thought that was your voice I heard just now. Who are you talking to? Oh, you're just in time. Max says there's a famous strawberry farm nearby. Who's Max? Ah, Max is great. His wife and kid live in a town near here. He says the berries are the best. If we time it right, we could get a bunch of them in bulk at a really great price. And Max is a soldier? Oh, did I forget to mention that? Yeah, he's one of the archers. I was chatting with him all morning. He's a great guy. Sounds like it. I swear, you haven't changed a bit since Lunetta. Everywhere we go, you make a new best friend.
Let's see.
Yeah, speaking of Lunetta, I was just thinking about it. I hope Mrs. Wells is doing okay, and that cute dog of hers too. Not to mention Jessica and her brothers. Oh, and Hannah! Yeah, there he goes. The handkerchief she gave me when we left is all torn. I was thinking of asking Leon to stitch it up. And Roth, well, I hope they're all okay. Yeah, I'm sure half the girls in the village are pining for your return.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know how to turn on the charm, that's for certain. But honestly, half the people who approach me around here do it because they think I'm you. That must be exhausting. You don't have to strike up a conversation with all of them, you know. You can just tell them to get lost.
No.
Oh, it's not a big deal. I try to be nice to everyone. Whether that's folk from Lunetta or people around here. Gotta put out positivity to get it back, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's so like you. And we haven't met the requirement for whatever that is. Might have missed it already, but let's go see. So, this means I'm probably handing out these other two gifts sometime soon. And that'd give me 45 free more camp activities. So, Francisco probably deserves it. Leon and Sarah. Or Andrea, actually. Leon's just in, so I don't need to worry about Francisco and Leon so much. Right. Why am I coming back here to speak to these two again? Oh yeah, give a speech. Yeah. Why was I coming up here? Optional battle. Why was I coming here? Oh, hello. I see you, glittering book. Heed my warning. Selva Vasir. A mad woman, that Selva, they say of me, these so-called wise men. She labours over parchments and prophecy, yet to what end? We have entered into a new age. 7 kingdoms up from dust. Now is the day of sail and wheel, the ring of steel, the lantern spark. What use this old crone and her myths? Fools, all of them. They style themselves scholars, yet turn their backs on history. Oh, they glance over their shoulders at it 1 or 2 generations, yet beyond? Fairy dust and fancy. Never mind that all their sails and wheels were born of such. But they do not wish to hear this. They do not wish to hear of gods straddling the 4 horizons plain as day, of canyons cleft and rivers boiling, of white tigers and vermilion birds, black tortoises and azure dragons, of armies marching in their thrall, of mighty champions wielding their power and wielded as weapons in turn. Forget then. Go forth unto the future naked and brave, and doom thy new world from the start. For the past is arm and armour both, and those who cast such things aside do so at their peril. Indeed, you need to know where you're coming from to know where you're going, or you might just end up going back there. What's it, those who forget the past are doomed to repeat the mistakes of it? Let's go give a speech from a dais. Dais and dais are both correct. Dais, slightly more archaic. Dais, somewhat more modern pronunciation. Let's see if we can just walk in here. We can. We don't need to set anything up with the
tyranny of the Empire is over. Today was a major victory, and we earned it. Never forget the lives that we've lost. Their sacrifices are what got us here. Let's toast to those who went on ahead, and celebrate the victory they gave us. And when I say celebrate, I mean it. Take pride. We just changed the whole world with our own hands. Eat and drink to your heart's content. And tomorrow, the rebuilding begins. Lyriar is no longer the Imperial capital. As of today, it's Benarian soil, and our new home. I hope you'll all join me on the journey to come. Well done, everyone!
So now we have the task of pacifying any civil unrest, of reassuring the people of the no camp activities. You know, reassuring the public that we mean them no ill will. Hey, what did you think of Morin's bodyguard?
Curious.
A ghastly sight. I've never seen anything like it. I think I have. Oh? The way it moved, that rotten smell, it reminded me of a hellhound.
What did you say?
A disquieting thought. What did Morin call it? Gustav? That's been troubling me as well. Gustav Sarasus was the previous High Commander before Caspar. But he died long ago. I believe he was executed for treason. You don't think... It would seem a strange coincidence, but the alternative is no less baffling. Whatever that thing was, I'm just glad we killed it.
Yes.
Again. On this, we are agreed. Let's go. See a woman we saved from a fate worse than death, who deserves a little kindness.
Hello.
I will gladly spend leadership on this woman. I'm not sure I'm the most exciting company, but go ahead. Oh, this has got to be a good topic for her. My favourite food? Yeah, I was thinking about it and I realised you're always cooking for other people. I don't really know what you like. I guess I should have an answer to that. You don't know your favourite food? I've never really had the luxury of being picky. I used to eat whatever was left over from my job at the tavern or day-old bread from the market. I do remember Klaus once took me to an amazing inn in Castilian once. I remember loving the food, but for the life of me, I can't remember what I had. Maybe thinking back on those days just hurts too much. But I'm fine. Serving up joy to others is enough for me. Why don't you try cooking something you want for a change? Something I want? Sure, why not? After all, how else will you ever learn what you like?
I can't thank you enough.
Thank you for caring. I'll give it some thought.
Sure.
I look forward to seeing what you whip up. It was fun spending time with you today. You should get back to work now. Yep. And now that I've done that, I'm gonna go see your sister. Could possibly train with some... Ah, yes. Right. Ideas. Yeah? Look, let's give you a boost. What do I need your help with for this again? Well, look. Past mistakes. We don't want to make the same mistakes. She might get disgruntled about what you're saying. I make mistakes. Let's go for this. That's a bit too generic for her. This is more, maybe more personal. It seems like just yesterday we were locked up in that jail cell in Luneta. Yeah, we've come a long way. Honestly, I'm amazed you're still around. I thought for sure you would have tried to run off with Sarah like some lowlife by now.
Ah.
Careful, that almost sounds like a compliment. So, you're saying there's more to me than meets the eye, huh? I mean, yeah, if you consider being a smooth-talking smart-ass. Alright, just enough chit-chat. What do you want? I could ask you the same thing about you. What do you mean? What do you want to do with your life? What are your dreams? That sort of thing. I just want a life where Sarah and I can make our own way. As far as dreams go, that's a pretty modest one. Yeah, it makes it all the easier to grab. There's nothing wrong with a simple life. Fair enough. Guess you got your future all sorted out then. I'll finish up here. Go on, get out of here. Do I want to give her the gift or give it to someone else? Viturin's here.
Yeah?
Right. I can push her over the edge, right? It is rare. Let's hold off.
Hey, Andrea. I talked to Sarah.
Congratulations.
It got me thinking. Why don't you two take some time off?
Time off?
She's dying to check out the markets in Lyriar. Why not go with her? Make a day of it. And while you're at it, you can talk about what comes next for you two.
I don't hate the idea.
Might give her a poor boost
for
from both.
nonsense like that. Too much to do around here.
Okay, I'll make it in order.
You two really are sisters. She said the same thing. Tell you what are you so busy with today?
Loads of things. Helping the blacksmith sharpen swords for starters.
Is this leadership points?
Consider it taken care of.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Go have fun. That's an order.
Hey, you don't have to tell me twice. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, there's hundreds of people here. We can. Okay, yeah, I do get to go see the blacksmith, which means while I could go spend leadership points with Viturin, I won't do that just yet. Because this might cost some leadership points as it is.
Hail, Forge Master. How's it going?
Sir, this is a surprise. What can I do for you?
Actually, I'm here to help you.
Beg your pardon?
I had to assign Andrea to a secret mission. I'm here to cover her duties.
Oh, well, that's kind of you, sir, but you don't have to worry about me.
Sure I do. Now put me to work.
All right, if you insist. Just don't go backing out on me halfway through.
Yeah, do the work. Don't just ditch out after a little while.
Let's see. Scrub the forge, sharpen the swords, deliver the arrowheads. I think that about does it for today.
Whew. Thank the gods. My back is killing me. Does Andrea do this much work every day?
Actually, today was a half day for Andrea. Normally she does twice that.
She's got issues.
No wonder she's always so grumpy. Speaking of which, they ought to be back by now.
Yeah, I should go see them. Hey, there's another sister as well. Fine, I'll go see her first. Hopefully she was able to enjoy herself a bit.
Yeah?
You didn't get into any arguments in town, did you?
Hey, there's an expression I don't see on your face very often.
Yeah, yeah.
I take it you two had a good time?
We did. Sarah dragged me to some fancy bakery.
Sounds nice. What'd you get?
Some kind of weird runny pancake filled with fruit.
Was it good?
It was. Thanks for twisting my arm.
Anytime. But you know, if you two started fresh somewhere, you could have days like that all the time.
Why does it sound like you're trying to convince me to leave?
I just
Is
want
that
you
what
two
you
to
want
be
to
happy.
do?
You really are thick.
Yeah, they're
What's
sticking
that
around for
supposed
a
to mean?
reason, Eden.
Go ask Sarah, idiot.
This is going to be problems with Marshall. Why do you think Sarah's been staying around so long, Eden? She tried to trauma bond with you a few chapters back.
Hello. Eden, Andrea told me you gave her some time off to explore Lyriar with me. Thank you for that. She needed the break. And for that matter, so did I.
I'm glad to hear that. Which I guess leads me to ask...
What now for us?
Yeah.
Andrea and I had a long conversation about that today, and we're both agreed. We're not going anywhere.
Really? But... why?
Eden, you've become like family to us. Whatever the future holds, our place is here, helping you build it.
Yeah, they're going to stick around for that.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. That's what family's for.
There we go. That's going to be a yellow conversation. Oh. So let's go have it. Then I imagine I've got an optional battle to look forwards to.
Yeah?
Our camp ought to be nice and toasty this winter. What with all this cosy sisterly affection. Are you making fun of me? Me? Never! All I meant was, it's nice. I'll stand by Sarah no matter what. Not just because she's my sister, I owe her. I remember something you said when we first met in that jail cell. How she sacrificed a lot for you. She's been working her ass ever since we were kids. I could spend all day listening to the crap she's put up with, for me. But she'd just put on a happy face and go on shouldering it.
Yes.
That's how family is. It used to drive me so crazy. I was always trying to get a rise out of her. Yeah, well, don't do that. Getting into fights, stealing, all sorts of things. Eventually I figured out it wasn't going to work. Whatever dumb crap I pulled, she wound up apologizing for and working even harder to cover my damages. And she never once complained. Sounds more like a parent than a sister. Yeah, Honestly, she still drives me crazy sometimes. But no matter what happens, in the end, it's me and her against the world.
Right.
I know where you're coming from there, I think. That's how it was with Leon and me. I think that's why I'm always pestering you. It's good that you take care about her, but don't forget to have a life of your own as well, you know? Speaking of which, now that I've tricked you into being nice to me, you might try it with a few other people round here. What exactly are you trying to say? Alright, easy, don't get all threatening and chase me off like usual. One of these days you might hurt my feelings. If I actually wanted to chase you off, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Anytime.
Alright.
So now the question is, do I want a rapport boost with Vichurin?
You have my attention.
Okay, he's a good way of the way to the first, He's got a double bonus here, which might be worth pushing for. So. Oh, hello. We got some extra potions. Still haven't eaten that. Extra gifts. Alpine fruit. Francisco likes food. You know who else probably likes food? I've got a pretty good idea. She's gotta like food gifts, right?
Hello. I can't thank you enough.
She likes food gifts. Good to know. And
Hello.
do we have that established now? We do. Excellent. So, a gift and a camp activity. And we also have an optional battle. So I'm going to head over towards that. Also, let me guess. These two want gifts before we can recruit them.
Hello there. That means a lot.
It probably shouldn't be too hard to recruit them, but I'm not sure I want to. I've got enough people already. And there's an optional battle to do. So, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, with the microphone working once again. And I will look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. I'm going to say goodbye for now, and cheerio everyone. See you all soon.